Hi, so basically, I have already decided to make a part two, even though I'm feeling kind of tired. I think I just really want to talk about the books, and then I have like other things I should be doing, but honestly, it's fine because it's not like I'm just tired, and I just kind of want to do it before I get too tired to do it. Even though I could do it tomorrow, because I kind of realized I should have put my favorite books first, and so I'll kind of do that now. I'm not actually editing, so I should probably not drink too much because it's probably annoying. But, okay, so I thought I was more organized. So, this book I got from a thrift shop I used to, volunteer at. And it's like just a German music book. I don't actually speak German, but I just thought the cover was so pretty. And I didn't think that, like, it was wrong for me to buy it because I was just like, this is like a thrift shop and, like, I just like different languages. So yeah, this one's just, it's honestly just cool. Like, there's nothing really to say because I can't read it. I thought about giving it to someone else so they could, like, protect it better and stuff because it's old and I'm kind of rough on things on accident and I have nowhere to put it proper. So then, this is a book I got from a library sale called, oh, and I should probably know what this one's called for other people. It's hard to read. It says, I think, von Hauser. I don't know German. To Bard, which is probably like how I knew it was about music. I mean, I don't know, there's probably pages that show it too. By Julius Wolf. This one is, I got it from a library sale, so I got it like extremely cheap. It probably cost like $1. It's A Fierce Green Fire by Marybeth Lorbiecki. And it's about this guy named Aldo Leopold. And I didn't know about him for like a long time, even though he's totally the type of person I would want to know about because he was a nature conservatist. And did a lot of things for nature. And so far of what I've read, it's actually quite interesting. Actually, it's also got a lot of pictures. I think this is just the type of thing that, like, if you like biographies or if you like environmentalism, you should read it. It's kind of crazy I didn't know about him because, but I don't know, there's probably lots of people who don't. I like this picture of him where he's like a kid and he's like wearing, oh, so that actually, ironically, that is a German outfit, I guess. His family was German. It's a very interesting read so far, and I should probably continue to read it. I feel like I'm just too tired. Like, maybe I'm not making as many interesting connections or ideas, but regardless, I think this is a book I actually will finish. It actually looks pretty good. Oh, this is like a book that made me realize I liked biographies. It's this really thick biography by Benjamin Moser about Susan Sontag. And I think, oh, it won the Pulitzer Prize. I got this in a thrift shop, and why do I keep saying that? Like, that's how I say it on every single book, so why does it matter? Because I feel like I have to give you specifics, and I don't know if I want to, because that feels a little personal, but I'm not sure. If you look at this one, though, I do have a lot of underlining and stuff, because I actually did read, like, a lot of this. I didn't finish it, but I read, like, a lot of this. And I actually think I could do a book review on this, especially if I do finish it, but in general, I probably could. It's just very enticing. Like, it's very written in a way where from, like, the first page, you're like, wow, you're actually writing this really well and intriguing. It's like with certain YouTubers where you can feel like they could be saying literally anything, but like the tone they're saying it in, you're like that's amazing. That's like the most important thing that's ever happened, clearly. It's like that because I really enjoy how this person talks about well, clearly it's well documented since it's this thick, but also I like how they kind of he ties like different events together and how he kind of analyzes her as a person. Sometimes I didn't like that, actually. Sometimes I was like, you're wrong. Because I started to really, really empathize with her and relate to her. But it wasn't that I thought she was perfect. Like, there was times where I was like annoyed with her. Like, I was like, stop. But there was also moments where I felt like he was criticizing her for things that didn't make any sense, where I was like, okay, the reason she did that was because she was quoting Freud or whatever, which I don't like Freud, but like, sorry, that's like so out of pocket because I'm not explaining the actual scenario that happened. I need to reread parts of it and then read the whole thing and then talk about it because there was parts where he criticized her where I was like, you can't blame her if that's not her fault. Like, that was literally someone else's. Why am I talking about that? I'll try to figure it out and then get back to the void about this or whatever. I love how it talked about her issues were so like relatable to me, which doesn't happen to me a lot. I feel like, I'm not saying we're like the same person or we had all the same issues, but I feel like the way her issues were talked about was actually quite relatable, and it made me. There were other times where she would say stuff where I'd be like, you're wild. Like, she'd say stuff that made me feel like the way people talk about Twitter, kind of, even though I don't use Twitter, where like people will just say things. And it's like, okay, where's your proof? Like, why are you saying that? Which I'm sure that's happened since the beginning of time, but she was like having an argument with somebody where she was just using very, very weird logic, and she like, I want to talk about it. Like, I want to talk about it, but I also don't, because I don't want to say stuff that like is just so out of left field and you're like, I don't care. Like, this is for me, these videos are for me, but like I still kind of want to think it through and then do a book review rather than ramble about random things I thought were funny about the book. There was a lot that was good or funny or interesting or intriguing or just relatable about the book. Certain lines were just so deeply cutting, relatable about how there was like this kind of element of her mind where I just felt like I could relate to the way she viewed certain things, like that she could like literally, I don't want to say it, like, because again, yeah, I should probably reread it and read parts of it in order to talk about it proper. There was a part where she was talking about, okay, I'm going to move on. I'll come back to this when I have a better review. I wrote my name on it. And this is one of the books that I shouldn't ever hurt for art or whatever, but it's hard not to. And I mean, like, because I have so many ideas for, what am I saying? I need to move on. That's a really good book. I didn't always agree with the writer. Sometimes he would say things that would make me go, this isn't really your place to start. Like, it is his place. It's his book. He can say whatever he wants. So then, after that, Well, this is a book that's kind of sad because I never finished it and I loved it for the first, like, quite a bit of what I read of it. But I got distracted and then I never finished it, even though I was finding it very enticing while I was reading it. Entangled Life by Merlin Sheldrake. Because it's like about fungi and like about all that kind of stuff that I find very, very interesting. And the way it talked about it was so interesting, like how fungi is like so important and so influential in so many different ways, and how it's connected to so many different things, and it's just very beautiful. But I didn't fully finish it, and then it kind of got hurt because I was living in a way, way moister place, and I was outside all the time, and then it got dumped into the backseat of a car, and so now it's like really, like, yes, I did cut out some of the pages, but it's also just very messed up. This one I actually did get new, actually, like the only book I have that I got new. It's pretty amazing. This book is pretty amazing. And I should probably do an actual review on it because I'm not explaining why it's amazing very well. But it just feels like one of those books that makes you think about all these different connections that are like really beautiful. While also being, you know, like it is deeply scientific and it mostly talks about science. I think I started to not like the voice of the narrator. No offense, I'm not trying to be like mean. I just think I started to not like his voice that much, and so that was part of why I got bored of it. Is sometimes I would like not like certain things he said or the way he said certain things, and so I would be like, I'm really easy to lead astray. Like I can just very easily decide I don't want to finish something, unfortunately. But it was a pretty good book while it lasted. It talked about so many different things. Like it talked about so many random things that still somehow connected to obviously fungi and science. I think I'm like already almost done because I'm just so tired and I don't know how many books to go through, but I have a few more. Which one am I most excited about? That's the one I should grab. I guess probably this is one that I think is pretty cool. The cover itself is just amazing. It's like about Siamese cats, and it's by Milo G. Denlinger, and it's very interesting. It's actually not that interesting. I've read parts of it and been like, but I do like the cover. I like the concept of a whole book that's about Siamese cats because I have a Siamese cat, and Siamese cats are literally so amazing. They're like the bestest babies ever. And there's like, I at first didn't even know mine was a Siamese cat because they can look very different from each other, which just makes sense, but like there's different types of Siamese cats, obviously. So I thought that you had to be like very big and bony and trying to think of the right word. There's certain words that, and then there's like this picture of a Siamese cat dancing next to a woman dancing, because Siamese cats are really smart and you can teach them how to dance and stuff, but it's just so silly looking. It's so funny. I love them so much. I don't really like sometimes books about, this is also a very old book, so maybe it's like outdated, but I don't like books that are kind of about how to take care of pets sometimes, because it's sometimes like a little overkill to have a whole book about it. I mean, of course I love my cat and I want to take amazing care of her. I just think sometimes I'm like, I don't know if this is necessary, especially when this one's so pretty. especially when like it'll be kind of like obvious things or kind of things that you can like look into online. Even though obviously there's always going to be good information in books. I should read more of this for sure, but also things like when it talks about breeding animals, I'm like, I'm not going to breed my cat. Like, I find that to be questionable. I'm not going to do that because I think that that's a whole other topic. That is literally a whole other topic. But I just don't. I mean, my cat's fixed, but I'm just saying I'm not really into the game of learning about stuff like that or doing stuff like that. I used to low-key, actually, when I was a kid, be scared of Siamese cats because of Lady and the Tramp, when there's this really creepy scene with them, and they are kind of unsettling looking. Like, I feel like you could make, like, a character that was, like, see, like, this is the kind of thing I want to talk about, is, like, fun things, but I feel like I'm just too tired. Like, I feel like you could make a character that was, like, based off a Siamese cat, like a creepy character. I feel like I want to do that because they are so long sometimes and, like, so garish, is that the right word? Gnarly, like, they're so intense looking sometimes, and for sure, like, those ones were creepy, and I think they were also, like, Chinese caricatures, which, you know, that's not good, but, like, also, yeah, that was just weird, and I was creeped out, because, like, I think in the movie they were, like, going to, like, eat a baby or something. I don't remember. I was scared of, like, everything as a kid, so I literally don't remember certain like movie plots, because I'm like, well, I didn't actually finish that movie because it was creepy. I think I finished Lady and the Tramp though. I think this is just a beautiful book, even for like decoration, even though orange is not my favorite color. Orange has its place. Orange actually has grown on me a lot. And I do want to talk about a lot of creative thoughts I have and stuff on my channel, but so far just talking about books and just doing my best. This is next book, America's Wild Woodlands. So this one is more like, I think it's National Geographic, and I don't actually know if it had an author other than just National Geographic. And I'm almost done, I think, talking about books because I'm getting really tired. But this book I got at a thrift shop, and it's honestly so good for pictures. Like, I think that's the main thing, which kind of, I love images. I love images so much, but I think that it kind of sucks because, like, I don't want to just pull out a book and look at images all the time. Like, that's not my thing I want to do. So sometimes it does kind of suck when you buy a book and you're like, only the images are good and the writing isn't that good. Because it's like, I don't really want to just sit and look at images. That's why I don't really want to buy an art book unless it's like the most amazing artist that I'm obsessed with. Because honestly, like, I don't know how long I'm going to keep this book. Because even though I love it, I don't know what to do with it. Because I feel like I have a stronger connection to a book if I read it. And the actual writing part just doesn't seem that interesting to me. It's just, like, not that interesting. But the pictures are beautiful. So, anyhow, this one I probably am done talking about because I can't really do much with this right now. This book is called Wash Day Collectibles, and it's literally just old vintage washing stuff, like washing machine soap and stuff. I'm actually just going to use this for art's sake or for scrap sake, for like collaging, possibly. I don't collage a lot, but something similar, because this isn't really the kind of book you just sit and look at. Like, yet again, it's not. This one is amazing because it's like it's like, it's like soap for your clothes. Like it's whatever you call it, right? But it has a doll with it. And some of these are crazy because like some of the ones in the beginning of the book, I'm not even going to show them because they look kind of racist. And that is something that's low-key discussed but not very well in this book. I don't know if they're all considered actually offensive because I don't want to show because like I don't want it to be like considered, I don't know, it just doesn't matter that much at that moment. But there's a lot of really pretty soaps and really like stuff I could definitely use for art in some way. It's not really the kind of thing you just sit and read, especially because it's mostly pictures. I could see most people buying this and then like cutting out the pictures or something. I'm getting really tired. I wanted to find like the really pretty ones though. Maybe I'll just cut them out and show them another time. Because, like, a lot of these are kind of boring. I think it's funny. There's one called, like, Glee. And then there's one called, like, Twink, I think. I know that's not, like, actually funny. It's just kind of... When I hear Glee, I think about the TV show. And Twink, obviously... Obviously, it's not that amusing or whatever, but... So I'm gonna probably add this to I'm gonna add a few of these images to an art project I'm making for my mom, actually. Because it actually would fit with her aesthetic and the type of things that I would like to add to my image. I actually think that I need to buy more magazines, like used magazines, because that's an element where I feel like I would not feel bad cutting them up, but it's hard to find proper magazines that are pretty, you know? Like my grandma used to get some really pretty magazines. I'll have to figure out what they were, but I don't know if she gets them anymore. So only a few more because I'm just getting super tired and have proper things I need to do. So this is Classics of the Silent Screen, which is a topic I could talk about movies, but honestly, I don't have that intense of a love for movies. I just like the concept of movies. I like hearing why people made certain movies or how certain movies are connected or different thematical themes in movies. I'm not really a movie connoisseur because I think a lot of movies are just boring to me or not how I would spend my time, or I kind of want to make a movie, actually. I would make a movie, but I don't really like watching them that much. Like, I kind of think I'd get into film, but more for the artistry of it rather than... But this, I don't need to tell you my life story about movies. I mean, like, I kind of want to, but I'm tired. I could say why I do or don't like movies, but this is like, this is kind of the vibe. It's like always like cool pictures of actors and actresses and certain beginner movies of the world, or I guess the US, but honestly, the US is a pretty epicenter, is that the right word, of film sometimes. Like, it's been pretty known that Hollywood is a whole thing. I want to find other cool pictures, but... Oh, this is like a Peter Pan one, which I find that very interesting. I find, like, the history... See, like, things like that. I find the history of Peter Pan interesting, and, like, the history of stage plays, the history of film can be pretty interesting. But modernly, I don't really like a lot of movies. I think they could be cool, but that's a whole other topic to talk about some other time. This one's pretty cool. It has lots of really cool images. I've not been to enough lighthouses, even though I love lighthouses. I have only been to like 3, which I feel like I could talk about that too, and like why I love lighthouses, but I don't know. I'm feeling a little drained. So honestly, lighthouses in the movie are a topic for another day. I think I'm almost done. I guess pretty much. Like I have a few other books that I think could be cool to show sometime or talk about sometime and recommend to people to buy and stuff. But overall, I don't know, because I think I'm kind of like I don't even know what to do. Like I'm so overwhelmed. Okay, so The Living Planet by David Attenborough is a very cool book. I also got this at a thrift shop. I think this is a cool book. It has really cool pictures. I would recommend it, but I don't have the energy to talk about every aspect of it. It's mainly the pictures, honestly. The pictures are really, really cool. This is a book about Dublin that I got at a thrift shop, and I think that this book has really cool imagery. I have a few more things to say and then I'm done, actually, because I'm so tired. And I wanted to say more interesting things or talk about more interesting things, but I think this is just a showing book video where I don't really get to do that because of my mood. Like, it's very cool. It's very, very interesting looking. There's lots of, it's like very gloomy looking. I think that's the vibe, and I like that about it. There was one image I wanted to show because it said Falsha, which is Irish for welcome, but it's also Scottish Gaelic for welcome, and I like that image, and I wanted to show it, but I don't know how to proper find it. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know the whole phrase, actually. There's a whole phrase, but it says Falsha at the end. Okay, one more topic. One more topic before I'm done. So, I like learning languages, and that's something that I could possibly talk about, but I don't think that that's really something I'm an expert enough on to talk about right now. I like the idea of learning Scottish Gaelic, which I've been trying to do, but also I like the idea of learning Welsh, which I haven't done very much of yet. Which is something I could talk about some other time, but I wanted to say I really think that more people need to learn from books rather than apps, I think, because I think it just there's a lot of reasons it makes more sense to me. And so here's a few recommendations. This is Scottish Gaelic by Catherine M. Spadaro and Katie Graham, The Complete Course for Beginners. This one's pretty good. And I know a little bit, but like I know an embarrassing little amount for how long I've been trying to learn it. This one's also very good. And it tells you how to pronounce things pretty accurately and tells you random words or random phrases instead of, you know, having to learn, you know, everything you need to know about Gaelic. So it's kind of cool. This Modern Scottish Gaelic Poems. This is really cool because it has both the Gaelic version and the English version, so you can kind of compare and almost like learn that way. I think that's like another way you could try to learn languages if you are kind of bored by traditional methods, even though I know obviously you need to try a lot of different methods in order for them all to conjoin. I'm just saying, I think more people should use books to learn languages, and that I really like getting language books. This is like one last book I'd recommend. It's very, very cool, but I think I'm done for now because I'm getting so tired. I think obviously in future videos, maybe I shouldn't film if I'm tired, but also I do want to end up talking about more interesting things than just showing books, but I think this is like good enough for now because I really just wanted to show my books and talk about collecting books. Okay, yeah.